billion of the $500 billion in deficits had nothing to do with COVID, according to the parliamentary budget officer. And even that so-called COVID spending included the ArriveCan app, an app that could have been designed in a weekend for $250,000 but cost $54 million. The government claims that $1.2 million of that went to a company called Think On. That company says it didn't get that money. Who did?
Here.
Yeah.
Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the appropriate ministers are looking into this and making sure that the mistake that was made by public servants in sharing information is followed up on. But at the same time, Mr. Speaker, it's important to remember that we did a lot of things in a very unprecedented way during an unprecedented pandemic, including delivering CERB checks within weeks of people having to stay home from jobs in ways that were unthinkable only a few months before. We were there to support small businesses with record support so that we could come roaring back as an economy immediately after. Yes, we stepped up in a very rapid way to support Canadians, and that's what Canadians know got us through this pandemic.
The Honourable Position.
Oh, the Prime Minister can't tell us who got the $1.2 million. He blames public servants for the mistake. Surely, in the weeks since he learned out about it, he could have learned of this misappropriation. He could have found out where the money went, but he hasn't. It's not the only example. There's also the $400,000 trip to London, of which there was a $6,000 suite for one night. Just another example of the massive Liberal waste that has contributed to the inflationary deficits we now face. So if he can't tell us which company got the money, can he at least tell us who got the $6,000 a night room?
Mr. Speaker, to mark the passing of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, Canada had a large delegation that went to London to the funeral, including a number of former Prime Ministers and former Governors General. We stayed in the same hotel. Mr. Speaker, having a strong Canadian presence there as one of the top realm countries was expected of us, and it was important to see all Canadians so well represented together at the funerals.